Hey guys, it's JP, and today we are going to go over some more advanced variations of a popular exercise known as the bridge, and why it can be helpful to athletes, especially runners. Now, the bridge is a popular exercise used in rehab programs which targets muscles around the hip and trunk. However, when transitioning to training or higher level exercise programs where the goal is more about performance rather than decreasing pain, these muscles may need to be challenged further. This is why I want to go over some more advanced variations of the bridge to challenge the muscles and body in different ways. This is important to consider so you can approach your own individual goals and improve the way you run. Now, let's go over some harder variations of the bridge that you can incorporate to level up your own training routine. First, let's start with the single leg bridge. While this may obviously increase load demand to the glute max as you bring the hips up, it involves much more than that. Since you are only using one leg, this now also involves rotational demands as the pelvis can roll side to side without active usage of the muscles. This would primarily involve increased usage of the lateral hip, specifically the gluteus medius, which is also a key muscle in running. This is why I consider this exercise a great way to challenge muscles around the lumbopelvic hip region, which are important as you run. Now, this is a relatively simple exercise, and I've gone over this one before, so I'll just go over some common cues I use when performing it. First, pay attention to the foot position. This is important as this can shift which muscles are being challenged. The farther the foot is from the body, typically the more the hamstrings are engaged. However, the closer it is, the more the glutes are worked. Another thing to remember is to actively push straight down through the ground to engage the glutes so that the hips are in line with the body as shown. This cue will help prevent you from compensating by arching the lower back excessively. The other thing I will note is to try to keep the thigh in line with the body in this position. Putting it higher actually makes the exercise less challenging for the hips. Anyway, I typically have the athlete hold this for around 10 to 15 seconds initially, 3 to 4 times each side, and work up or down from there. The next variation I will go over is the single leg bridge with arm openers. This one was inspired by Chris Johnson. While this does not necessarily increase load demands on the muscles around the lumbopelvic hip region, this is a creative way to also layer in some shoulder mobility, which is especially important for triathletes and sprinters. Basically, as you perform a single leg bridge, you are going to move each arm in different directions. You may find you are lacking in shoulder mobility by performing this exercise, but this may begin to improve as you implement this variation. For this one, I initially have the person incorporate the arm movement in a way where it totals up to 30 seconds, which ends up making the person hold the single leg bridge for 30 seconds as well. Similar to the previous exercise, I try to have the person do this 3 to 4 times on each side. The last exercise I will go over is the single leg bridge wipers. Compared to the standard single leg bridge, this one further challenges the hip region, especially the gluteus medius. You can use an elastic band as seen here, but you can start without it to learn and master the movement. Now to do this one, you will go into a single leg bridge position. The difference here is that you will move the leg out to the side, otherwise known as hip abduction. Then, you will bring it back in. Then you can repeat the exercise. I typically start by having people do this one 10 to 12 times for 3 to 4 sets on each leg. And those are some bridge variations you can try and implement in your own training program. I hope you found this helpful to improve your running performance. Anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts and any questions you may have. And as always, thank you for watching.